I think it's a really good idea that if you own a booth, that you swap out items. You should always have a fresh selection. You don't want people coming to your booth months later and going, yeah, nothing has changed. Organization is key, and if you own a booth, things are crazy. The booth is never done enough. You never get all the things accomplished that you want. And one of the ways to keep things running as smooth as possible with the limited time that you have is to stay organized. So today we are in a space that nobody ever visits. In fact, I was a little leery about filming a video about this for YouTube because now everyone's gonna get to see it. We are in my basement. It is my workshop area and it desperately needs an overhaul so I can be more efficient and so I can really know what I have, what needs to go to the antique mall, and where everything is located, because stuff just sitting in my basement is not making me any money. I'm really lucky that my basement has this workshop area. I pretty much just used what was existing and I really haven't changed too much, and I think that's why now it's just becoming kind of a catch-all for everything because there's no real rhyme or reason or place for everything. Can I also ask a favor of you? If you like this video, please make sure to click the like button and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to also click that bell down below. It will notify you whenever I upload a brand new video. Let's get started with the cleaning and organizing. Since I've been working on finding a whole bunch of new items for my new booth space, I've also been unpacking a lot of my storage area and just kind of leaving things everywhere. So right now it's very disorganized and the space by the window is my top priority. The person that lived in this house before took an old door to make a table, and I think it's just wasted space. I have a much better idea. I also have two great workspace areas, but I need them clear so that I can work in the space. I also have an area in the basement where I just have storage of projects that hopefully someday I will finish. Now it is time to sort through them. Step one is some much needed cleaning. See behind me on that dresser, all of those tablecloths and linens that should be inside. So now, as I'm sorting through, I'm going to be thinking about a few things. One, do I need to pitch it? There's probably a lot of things in here that were stained, that I had great ideas of turning into some fabulous other project. There's also probably some things in here that are perfect to pop into my booth right now, and probably some things that need to be filed away for seasonal. So as I'm going through each section, I'm going to be pitching things, and I'm going to be sorting things, and I'm going to be putting things away. One of the areas taking up most of the space in my basement is this tower of lampshades. I have lampshades all over the basement and really they don't go with any lamps. I keep thinking, that's a cool lampshade. I bet I will find the perfect lamp that it will match. But you know what? That day has not come yet. So I am paring down because the tower of lampshade takes up way too much space. I love this dresser painted with chalkboard drawers. It's a great way to organize, but right now, far from organized. Time to sort through what I have and figure out what to put in the drawers, what to keep, and what to throw away. Next to the dresser, I have an area where I can hang longer items. One of the things I really love to have is vintage curtains, and when I had a smaller booth, it was great to hang up different vintage curtains to decorate the booth depending on the season. Now that my booth is so much larger and there are so many windows, there's not a spot for it anymore, so I'm hoping to pare down my collection and offer it in my booth for sale. My hanger is made from a piece of an old ladder, some eye hooks, and some pieces of chain. I really like this setup and even have one in my laundry room too. So many linens had issues, whether there were tears or stains all present a problem and will cause me to waste a lot of time when setting up my booth and finding out that the piece has a stain or a tear that I should have repaired. Sometimes it's better to go through your stash and just get real. How much time do you really have? While I was cleaning, I kept the price tags handy. Anytime I found something that I could take into my booth, I slapped a price tag right on it so it was all ready to go. And look at the pile of curtains and vintage fabric to take to the mall. I've took them right into my booth. One of the main things that I wanted to do while I was cleaning this space was to invest in brand new totes. Over the years, I have been just using whatever Rubbermaid totes I have or can find or have been lent, and they are a hot mess. They are broken, the lids do not fit. So I invested in a whole bunch of totes, all the same, where all the lids will match. And I am upgrading my stuff. If you have salvage totes of all different sizes and shapes, perhaps it would be a good idea for you to invest in a brand new pile of them. I also recommend that they are see-through for your storage area, so you can see what is in them. The area under the window is pretty much cleared off, and I loved the table was made from a salvage door. This guy was just like me, salvage, repurpose, create, and I loved it. I almost hated to see it go, but I knew I could get so much more storage space by taking it down. The legs of the table were also made from old door parts, and check out the chippy goodness. Removing the table revealed how gross the wall behind it was. Luckily, I found some old paint and touched up the area. I have a shelf for this space that I got at an estate sale for only $15 that I think is going to be perfect. It is a lightweight shelf and collapsible. The shelf will be used for items that will not fit in totes and also for newly found items that need to go right to the antique mall. That way they'll be out and visible and I will remember to take them in. Once again, it's not a good idea to get things lost in your basement when they can be making you money. The next step was pretty simple. I had to take my old boxes and totes and sort all of the items into the new totes. While you're doing this, you want to make sure you're going through things and deciding, should I pitch it? Do I need to take it to the shop? Or do I need to continue to store it for off-season? I also made basic labels for each one of the boxes. I used the backside of a Post-it note. In the past, I've used my label maker, but it seems that every time I'm swapping out a season, I switch the box, so it's kind of a hassle. I've found that these Post-it notes work best. If I have lots of time, I might actually list some of the items in the box to make things easier to find. We're going to get to the big reveal in just a second, so stay tuned. And honestly, I wish I would have done this sooner. Now, if you're watching this video going, I just don't have the time to do this, let me tell you, it is totally worth it. Not only will being organized save you so much time later, but you're going to know exactly what you have. And if you're like me, you're going to find maybe even hundreds of dollars in items that you could be making money at the store instead of sitting in your basement. So now is the time to get organized. And my tips for organization are this. 1, go through what you have. Take a second to pitch, find out what can go to the store and what needs to be stored for seasonal items. Also, look at your storage. Maybe you need to invest or keep your eye out for a shelf. That shelf is so helpful and it stores so many things. Now, at a glance, I know what I have to go into the store. What do your Rubbermaid totes look like? Or how are you storing your stuff? Is it in boxes? Is it in bags? My basement floods occasionally if it rains really bad. I don't want any of my stuff damaged. So taking the time to upgrade my totes is going to have a lot of advantage. One, I can see through them, so I can see all of my stuff. I'm also going to be able to get it a lot more organized than it was. I can label it, and the extra advantage is if I take a lid off, I don't have to worry. It's going to fit the other tote. I don't have to search for lids, which seriously took a lot of my time. So I hope this has been very helpful for you. I hope this is inspiring you to organize your space. If you have any tips or tricks for organization or storing off-season items, please put them in the comments below. We would love to hear from you, and it'd be a great way to help others. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to help me to continue to grow my channel.